is the Mikhailovsky Castle that you can see behind me. This castle is kind of the story of another Tsar, Tsar Paul, and his own mania. He was a very paranoid and fearful leader. He came after Catherine, and he implemented a whole nother kind of militaristic theme to his additions to St. Petersburg. Several monuments here and some barracks throughout the city were designed by him. The castle behind me was built in 1801 on the site of Empress Elizabeth's old summer palace. This was the palace in which Tsar Paul himself was born. He famously stated that on that spot I was born, and on that spot I wish to die. And his wish was granted. The castle, built in 1801, they moved into the castle, and after only a month, Tsar Paul was assassinated in his own bedroom. Members of the family, the actual royal family, were involved. Nobody liked Paul. And that is kind of reflected in his paranoia. The castle has secret passages and drawbridges, and it had a moat around it for a number of years. And an interesting little anecdote. When Tsar Paul was, before this castle was built, Tsar Paul went to a ball wherein his favorite woman, the woman he was sweet on, he went up to her and she dropped her glove. And, Tsar Paul, ever gallant, picked it up and walked past her, and went up to his architect for the castle, Brenna, and said, this glove, you see the color? This is the color I want my castle to be. And he gave it to his architect. Now, after Tsar Paul was assassinated, the royal family quickly moved out of the castle. It's kind of a large, creepy place. And it was empty until 1820, after which it was turned into the main engineering school for the empire. And that leads to its second name, the Engineers' Castle. Now, from that point on, it has housed a number of engineering facilities. The Nikolaevskaya Engineering Academy in 1856. What's notable for this is Dostoevsky actually studied here for a very brief time, I suppose, before he decided to be an author. He wanted to be an engineer. Very short-lived. And then the main engineering department of the Ministry of Defense in 1917. And after which, 1918, it was the Military Engineering School and Museum. Since 1994, it has been an expedition for the State Russian Museum and Central Naval Library. It fits in with the rest of architecture in St. Petersburg. It's neoclassical design. As I said, it had a moat and 4 drawbridges, which were... The moat was actually filled in 1823, shortly after its conversion to an engineering school. You can see the rusty color, and it has an octagonal courtyard in the middle. It actually had a number of stables and galleries throughout, but a lot of the ornamentation was taken out after its conversion to an engineering school. It's really not too much to look at on the inside these days. I think that'll do it.